We have the presidential candidates, Linda Bach,
Hello, I'm running for 2023 class president.
Shallymar Cabe,
Hi, I'm Shallymar and I'm running for 2023 president.
and then for the vice president candidates, we have Kaylie Simmons.
Hi, I'm Kaylie, and I'm running for 2023 class vice president.
For secretary, we have Josella de Guzman.
Hi, I'm Josella. I'm running for class of 2023 secretary.
And then for treasurer, we have Angelique Vo.
Hi, I'm Angelique Vo, and I'm running for class of 2023 treasurer.
Are we ready? Does anyone else have questions? Okay, if not, then whenever Jenny's ready, she can start the timer and Linda can start her speech.
Okay, I'm gonna start it now. What are speeches?
Oh.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, start.
Good afternoon, I'm Linda Bach and I'm running for the position of 2023 class president. I've been a part of Airband, contributed to a lot of our events, and I started as a historian. To put it simply, I love you class of 2023. The overall undertaking of a leader is essentially to lead, but to me it's much more than that. A leader is someone who can take initiative while communicating effectively and being a promising voice, whether it be for a group of students or yourself, because I believe in making sure your voices deserve to be heard in order to fulfill a junior year that you deserve. As president, I would cooperate, listen, and interact with all my officers and peers to accomplish anything that needs to be done to ensure success, whether that be for activities, rallies, or fundraisers. I'm confident that I have the leadership qualities of someone who collaborates with others well and someone who people can go to in need of support. I intend to promote an exciting, positive, and learning environment, making sure that you're welcome regardless of what you identify as or where you came from. At the end of the day, I want everyone to go home extremely happy and satisfied. I want to incorporate everyone's ideas and opinions to ensure that you will be happy. Bi-monthly fundraisers, class bondings, class meetings, class montages, and many more. As the speech is taking my breath away because I'm running out of breath delivering this speech, I promise you as president, I guarantee that I will make your next year's events breathtaking just as much as my breath is being taken away delivering this speech. To ensure that your year rock as 2023 class president,
Thank you,
please
Linda.
vote for me, Linda
Thank
Bach.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Next, Shally. Ready, set, start.
Hello, my name is Shallymar and I'm running to be your next class of 2023 president. Junior is the most difficult year, so you'll need someone who's qualified and committed, who isn't afraid to get their hands dirty and down to work. By me holding your thoughts accountably, we will unite as one, creating and being the better versions of ourselves. Your satisfaction will be my main priority as class of 2023 president, devoting all my time and effort to fulfill the best of your high school career. Leaders are open-minded, confident, and driven. As elected as your president, I'll exemplify these qualities by setting our bar higher beyond from what they were. I feel though as my second term in class office will create a big impact into our future. Last year, serving your class as 2023 vice president was a fulfilling job, yet a pretty challenging one despite the consequences during COVID. I accepted the challenge by accepting everything being online and having it harder to engage our classmates from participating activities. Being a part of last year's cabinet has helped showcase my dedication by stepping up to—
Thank you, Shally. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
And then we will move on to Vice President Kaylie. Ready, set, start.
Okay. Hi, Sixers. My name is Kaylie Simmons, and I'm running for 2023 class vice president. I'm running for class vice president because I want our class to have a strong and inclusive bond, as well as the best class spirit possible so that we can make the most out of our remaining time and independence. For the class of 2023, I see our junior year filled with many memories through safe and fun events such as fundraisers, spirit days, rallies, and class bonding time. I'm qualified for this position because I had knowledge and experience since I've been class president for the past 2 school years, and I know what it takes to prepare for school events such as fundraisers, spirit days, rallies, and airband, which will definitely benefit our class. Thank you so much, and make sure to vote Kaylie Simmons for 2023 class vice president.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to secretary. Ready, set, go.
Hi, my name is Josella de Guzman, and I'm running to be class of 2023 secretary. Running for this position would mean making sure our class is organized for any activities and fundraisers we have in the future. I also want to help lead us into becoming a great class, and being a leader does not only mean making decisions, but understanding your concerns and listening to your suggestions. As you know, I was your class secretary last year, so I want to continue sharing and contributing my ideas on how we can improve as a whole. I promise to commit all my time, energy, and effort to our class, and I'm sure that with these qualities, I will make our junior year fun, but most importantly, memorable, no matter the circumstances. Not only do I want to improve our class, but also our school by encouraging everyone to participate in school events like rallies and spirit days. With these ideas, I'm confident that we will have an unforgettable junior year. So vote me, Josella Guzman, as your class of 2023 secretary.
Okay, thank you. Next we'll move on to treasurer. Angelique, ready, set, start.
Hello, class of 2023. My name is Angelique Vo, and I'm running to be your class treasurer. I'm running to be your class treasurer because I believe my leadership skills, qualities, and experience will benefit our class. If I get the chance to be your class treasurer, I'll be inclusive and open-minded to make sure everyone's opinions and ideas are heard when deciding on where our class money will go. My goals are to make sure none of our class money will go to waste and to make sure everyone's voice is heard when making decisions. By the end of the next school year, I hope that we have a lot of memories to look back on and more fundraisers and opportunities that we weren't able to have due to COVID. I want to help bring back the spirit independence once had by making sure our upcoming school year will be filled with laughter and long-lasting memories. I've taken 2 years of leadership, and while taking leadership, I've gained a lot of experience and qualities. It is never too late to bounce back. By voting me, Angelique Vo, for your class treasurer, you're choosing the pathway that will ensure this upcoming school year will be filled with events, laughter, and never-ending memories.
Thank you.
So the forums will officially begin now, and Lakita can start off with the first question.
The first question is to everyone. What new ideas do you have for your class office this coming school year? Okay, first we're going to start with president candidates Linda Bach. Your 1 minute starts now.
Hello. So would you guys like to see more fundraisers next year? I know I would. That's why I'm running to implement them. So this year, I noticed that we didn't have enough fundraisers. So I want to implement bi-monthly fundraisers. And I also want to encourage more spirit and involvement with our class by having more class bondings with our games, movie nights, activities, or raffles and giveaways like that. And I also believe that we need to ensure that everyone's ideas are being heard and thoughts are being heard. So by doing so, we can implement class meetings, optional class meetings, or anonymous school evaluation forms so that everyone has a voice and that you deserve to be heard, because I know some people are afraid to speak up. So I want to make sure that they're comfortable in doing so to speak up. And also another one of my favorite new ideas that I really wanted to implement was Humans of 2023, or opening up our YouTube channel, or putting class video montages such as behind the scenes on events or rallies, get to know your class officers, get to know our classmates as an individual. These fun series of interviews of
Thank you, Linda. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next it's going to be Shallymar, Cabe, the president candidate. Your 1 minute starts now.
My goal is to ensure an environment where all students are accepted and can come to class office when they're in need of a helping hand. I'll improve our school by arranging more fundraisers because we need that money, and to support future school events and encourage more class and spirit involvement. By doing that, I can empathize through our audience and engaging our students by relating to you guys. Sorry. Okay, I'm done.
Thank you.
Thank you. So next we're going to start with Vice President Kaylie Simmons. Your 1 minute starts now.
Hi, some ideas that I would like to bring to class office would be by maybe class bonding time so that we can have a bond outside of school. And I just think that would be interesting to see, to interact with other people that you don't normally hang out with, other than your own friend groups. And I would also like to improve fundraisers, bi-monthly fundraisers, so that we have more money for our class, for future events like senior trips, prom, and yeah. And I would also like to make a YouTube channel, since over quarantine we didn't have that many memories to capture, and I just think that it's that would be fun to capture our memories, to look back at it and just laugh about it with our friends. Yeah.
Thank you, Kaylie.
Thank you, Kaylie. Next, we're going to start with the secretary. So Josella, your 1 minute starts right now.
So some ideas I have is obviously fundraisers, because we need money to be able to have activities, and also class meetings and class hangouts, because since junior is like the hard year, it's good for us to like come together and just like share how we feel so that like no one feels alone. And also like just so that like no one yeah, that's all I have.
Thank you, Josella.
Thank you, Josella. So now we're going to move on with our treasurer candidate, Angelique Vo. You have
Okay.
your 1 minute starts now.
So my new ideas are more fundraisers, and one specific one is to have like, other than class shirts, we can have like bracelets, sweaters, hoodies, and so on, because people don't just want shirts, they want other things. And another fundraiser is the more money we'll make is the more money we can buy stuff. And when we do our rallies, we don't have a lot of spirit, in my opinion, and we really did in 2020 when we did it in freshman year. So by having more fundraisers and having more money, we can buy more stuff to like make the crowd more hype, so we can have more energy when we do rallies and stuff like that. That's it.
Thank you, Angelique.
Thank you. So we're going to move on to the next question. The next question is to everyone. Have you been involved in your class for the past few years of high school? If not, why? You have your 1 minute starting now to think.
Your 1 minute is up.
Okay, now we're going to go backwards. So we're going to start with the treasurer, Angelique, first. You have your 1 minute starting right now.
Ways I've involved myself was I've taken leadership for 2 years, and when I took leadership, I helped out a lot with class office. So I've done class paintings, I've helped with fundraisers, I've helped with prepping for rallies, and like everything that they needed help in leadership with, like painting posters and all that, I've helped with, and that's it.
Thank you, Angelique.
Thank you, Angelique. So now we're going to move on to Secretary Josella. Your 1 minute starts now.
So I have been involved in the class for the past few years of high school. I was in leadership for the past 2 years, and I also have ran for class office. And then this year, I was also class secretary, and I helped with class paintings and fundraisers and rallies. And whenever like our class needed help, I was always there to like give a helping hand. So yeah.
Thank you, Josella.
Thank you, Josella. Now we're going to move on to Vice President Kaylie Simmons. Your 1 minute starts now.
Hi, yes, I have been involved in our class for the past 2 school years. I was in class office and in leadership my freshman and my sophomore year, and I got to help organize and prepare for class fundraisers, rallies, air band, and paintings for like spirit days, and yeah. I also got to for class events and activities, I also like motivated my friends and my peers to be involved in like air band and like during rally games too.
Thank you, Kaylie.
Thank you, Kaylie. Now we're going to move on to the president candidates, and we're going to start out with Shallymar. Your 1 minute starts now.
This year was actually the first year I've been involved with my class. How I've been involved with my class was by being a part of class office. Throughout this whole sophomore year, I was involved, or I participated by editing and performing and scripting airband and creating new ideas for our Spirit Week, which was the Spirit Week post. With the daily Spirit Week post, the one with the editing and stuff, yeah, with the class officers. I also had the idea of making our TikTok chant and made the montage video for behind the scenes of Lilo and Stitch.
Thank you, Shally.
Thank you, Shally. Now we're gonna go to Linda, and your 1 minute is gonna start now.
Last year I wasn't part of class office, but last year I've helped out decorate and set up posters, and I've also been a part of our games during rallies, and I've helped out with airband. And this year last year I ran for class office, and this year I got the honor to serve as your co-historian. I've helped out edit flyers. I've also contributed to our class, and I've also edited the virtual event videos that we've made, such as Christmas Airband, Sixers Rally, and BOTC. I've also helped out with contributing to the ideas of each event, and such as I've edited Christmas Airband. With the Quad Day, we've contributed the Among Us idea, and that's what I did. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda. Now we're gonna go to the next question. This question is for the president candidates only. How do you plan on leading the class? What vision do you have as the president of your class? To think, your 1 minute starts right now.
Your 1 minute is up.
Okay, first we're gonna start out with Linda. Your 1 minute starts right now.
So having the honor to serve as your class co-historian, I've grown to love our class endlessly, and I'm extremely passionate towards our class. I'm extremely confident in leading you guys and bringing my best effort for exciting memories, ensuring success for all of our activities, such as fundraisers, rallies, or activities. I want to make a change to further implement more in our class with my experience this year and do more than just edit flyers or edit videos. One of my main goals and one of my visions is to ensure that each individual here feels welcome, safe, loved, and happy every day on campus, coming to our events or coming to school feeling content and welcome, regardless of what you identify as or where you came from. And another goal of mine is to make sure that all your year is fulfilling. By doing so, I want to give everyone a chance to be heard. I want to promote an exciting learning environment, making sure that your voices are being heard. I want to fulfill an amazing junior year on campus that you deserve, that COVID-19 took away from our sophomore.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. So next, it's gonna be Shally. Your 1 minute starts right now.
How I plan on leading the class as class president is by setting our standards higher beyond from what they were. I want to arrange more fundraisers in order to save up for special senior events such as senior picnic, senior sunrise, prom, and even add in a little trip. I want everyone's voice to be heard, and I promise to hold your thoughts accountable. I want to devote all my time to fulfill the best of your high school career.
Thank you, Shally.
Thank you, Shally. Now we're gonna move on to the next question. The next question is to everyone. Why did you choose to run for your specific position? Your 1 minute starts right now to think.
Time's up.
Okay, so now we're gonna start out with the Vice President, Kaylie Simmons. Your 1 minute starts right now.
I decided to run for class vice president because I wanted to continue to be a leader, but I just felt that our class needed a new president. I don't know. But I still wanted to be in class office and create lasting memories with our class.
Thank you, Kaylie.
Thank you, Kaylie. Now we're gonna move on to the president candidates. We're gonna start out with Shally. Your 1 minute starts right now.
I chose to run for this year's president because I feel like this position, I can most definitely pull off more beneficial events to promote our class. I'm driven and confident with my actions, and I feel like this is what our class needs, a leader who is down to earth and won't let anything get in their way.
Thank you, Shally.
Thank you, Shally. So next we're gonna go to Linda. Your 1 minute starts right now.
I've gained a love and passion for helping others out and being a part of the team while not only improving myself, but also improving together with my peers. I've generally just gained a lot of passion for this class, and I want to take that initiative and be proactive, ensuring success for our activities and leading you guys. It's my first year being in class office, and through this experience, being virtual or not, I fell in love with bringing our class together and making sure people feel inclusive and that their thoughts are heard. And one thing about this position that is so unique about class president is that if I'm elected, I'm the person who's taking the step to making you guys feel heard, inclusive, and making your high school days feel memorable. I think that's a really special and happy thing that this position holds, and I plan to fulfill that. I also chose this because I want to implement new ideas and new goals that we didn't have last year, such as fundraisers, class montages, and class meetings. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda. Now we're gonna move on to the treasurer candidate, Angelique Vo. Your 1 minute starts right now.
I ran to be class treasurer because I've always wanted to be in class office since helping out for leadership in freshman year. And I'm really good at money managing, in my opinion. So if I get the chance to be class treasurer, it will really help out with where the money goes and what it should be spent on, instead of giving it to someone who doesn't know how to manage their money. And ever since painting and helping in rallies and sing after school, it just kept motivating me to want to run for class office. Thank you.
Thank you, Angelique.
Thank you, Angelique. Now we're gonna go to secretary, Josella. Your 1 minute starts right now.
I chose secretary because I want to make sure our classes our class will run smoothly, such as like fundraisers, like how to fill out all the forms and turning things in by deadlines. Because if we won't like turn in, like if we're not all on the same page, then we can't like achieve any of all, like we won't be able to achieve all the events we have in mind.
Thank you, Josella.
Thank you, Gisela. Now we're going to move on to the next question. The next question is only for the president candidates. What makes you the most qualified for this position as president of your class office? You have 1 minute to think.
Your time's up.
Okay, we're going to start out with Linda. You have 1 minute. Start.
And different clubs that Independence offers. Interact, Art Club, and Cancer Awareness Club. If the leadership team is watching this, hi guys, I love you guys. I want to encourage spirit by the experience that I have with working in teams this year and also class office, because I've served as your class co-historian this year. And I believe that I'm the most qualified because of the experience I've held throughout the years of high school. And I've worked and contributed to a lot as your co-historian. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda. Now we're going to move on to Shelly. You have 1 minute starting right now.
What makes me qualified for this position is my attitude. I am dedicated and hardworking, and how I've exemplified these qualities with, aside from being in class office, is through sports. It's through that huge shift in night practices to practices 6 a.m. in the morning before school, which makes me dedicated, and starting on girls varsity, which makes me hardworking. I want to be that light that guides our class through the dark when I'm in the dark myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Shelly.
Thank you, Shelly. We're going to move on to the next question. To everyone, how do you plan on engaging your class if you return this fall from quarantine? You have 1 minute to think.
Your 1 minute is up.
Okay, we are going to start with Secretary. Josella, your 1 minute starts right now.
I plan on engaging my class is just to encourage everyone to participate in school events, like class events too, like rallies and spirit days, and just like tell them that like everyone's like experienced like being in quarantine, so we're all on the same page and we're all human. So yeah.
Thank you, Josella.
Thank you, Josella. Now we're gonna move to the treasurer. Angelique, your 1 minute starts right now.
I plan on engaging my class more by being more active on social media, since most people have social media, and I can try to have more like daily reminders and more posts on that account. And if they don't have social media, we can always email them. So we can do both ways, both social media posts on stories and then emailing each student if they don't have social media.
Thank you, Angelique.
Thank you, Angelique. Now we're gonna move on to the president candidates, and we're gonna start off with Shelly. Shelly, your 1 minute starts right now.
How I plan on engaging our class if we return this fall from quarantine is by using social media as our main tactic. I've noticed that it worked really well throughout this school year, especially during BOTC with our TikTok and Reel videos, which got over 1,000 views, over 2,000 views actually. I want to entertain our class by posting more class of 2023 student relating videos and just by being real with them, but definitely keeping that professionalism.
Thank you, Shelly.
Thank you, Shelly. Now we're gonna move on to Linda. Linda, your 1 minute starts right now.
When coming back after a year of distance learning, I know our junior year will be a little scary and maybe a little confusing, but we can engage our class to encourage our participation spirit with class bondings and activities. We can utilize class bondings with games, activities, fun raffles, and movie nights. And like the other candidates said, I also think it's crucial to engage on social media and encouraging our peers to be interactive by using our different platforms we have, such as Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and TikTok, and getting the word out there on social media. I also plan on having class video montages and opening up our YouTube channel and implementing Humans of 2023 to personally talk about your experiences as a high schooler with a series of fun interviews and getting to know you as an individual and capturing your memories. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda. Now we're gonna move on to the vice president, Kaylie. Kaylie, your 1 minute starts right now.
From this quarantine, I think we all realize how much we appreciate school and our peers. And so when we return back to school or when we go to like back to normal-ish, I will motivate our peers, my peers, and our class to participate more in school activities, which will be safe and fun, and to make sure to post on social media since that's how everyone mostly communicates by, and we will get like the word out faster, and it'll be fun to create like more content that is relatable. And I feel like that gets like the most attention when everything is like relatable but yet like gets the word out at the same time.
Thank you, Kaylie.
Thank you, Kaylie. Now we're gonna move on to the next question.
This next question is for everyone. What is your personal definition of a leader? Your 1 minute starts right now to think about it.
Your 1 minute is up.
Now we're gonna start with Vice President. Kaylie, you have the 1 minute starts right now.
I define a leader as someone who is hardworking and dedicated to leading everyone in achieving their goals and becoming successful. They will go through ups and downs into accomplishing everyone's goals and including theirs. And they will also make sure that everyone's voice will be heard. And yeah.
Thank you, Kaylie.
Thank you, Kaylie. Now we're gonna move on to the treasurer candidate, Angelique. Angelique, your 1 minute starts right now.
My personal definition of a leader is an individual who is always taking charge and they're always striving to achieve their goals while improving on themselves by listening and taking input from those around them. And they're also inclusive and open-minded to new ideas, and they help guide those around them when others need help being guided.
Thank you, Angelique.
Thank you, Angelique. Now we're gonna move on to the secretary candidate, Josella. Josella, your 1 minute starts right now.
A leader to me is someone who makes sure to understand and listen to everyone's input and concerns they have. And they're also dedicated and open-minded, and also realize that if there's like a bump in the road, then they know to better themselves and move on.
Thank you, Josella.
Thank you, Josella. Now we're gonna move on to the president candidates, and we're gonna start off with Shally. Shally, your 1 minute is gonna start right now.
My definition of a leader is someone who expresses their creativity and can easily influence their peers to the greater path. But what's a leader who can do all of this without confidence? Confidence and directiveness is one attribute that a leader needs. Back to what I said, being the light to lead everyone out of the dark, even when being in the dark yourself. As a leader, you're obligated to put it as your priority. A leader is open-minded to everyone's idea and will make sure your voices are heard.
Thank you, Shally.
Thank you, Shally. Now we're gonna move on to Linda. Linda, your 1 minute starts right now.
The general task of a leader is simply to lead, but to me, there's so much more to it. To have the title of a true leader, I believe you need to be someone who has great initiative and is prepared to guide and listen to whomever it may be, such as a group or yourself, towards reaching your goal. It's someone who can delegate and communicate in an effective manner with others without abusing the power that they hold. I'm confident in putting myself in a position where my peers are able to place their trust and responsibility in me, knowing that I will be leading them towards the successful future that lies ahead of them. I believe it's someone who's passionate, responsible, empathetic, hardworking, and always strives to try to improve for the better. I can exemplify these qualities by taking action and being your promising voice. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda. And we're gonna move on to the next question. This question is for everyone. What kind of legacy do you want to leave here at school? You have 1 minute starting right now to think.
Your 1 minute is up.
Okay, we're gonna start off with the president candidates. Shally, you're gonna go first. So your 1 minute is starting right now.
The legacy I want to leave here at school is by making new traditions. Some of y'all might not agree with me with this, but I'm lucky to be a part of the quarantine class because everything was just so new and it had potential to leave new legacies for this year's class or the new year's coming by. Thank you.
Thank you, Shally.
Thank you, Shally. Now we're gonna move on to Linda. Linda, your 1 minute starts right now.
I want to leave a legacy where I was someone people could go to for in need of support and someone there to help guide them. I want to be able to create changes and new ideas for you guys. I know this position holds a lot of strong leadership skills, and I want to leave a legacy where I'd make your year memorable with all our memories and enjoyable and exciting, to make high school more memorable for our class and to make people feel happier going to school and feeling more inclusive. I want to leave that kind of legacy. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda. Now we're gonna move on to Secretary. Josella, your 1 minute starts right now.
The legacy I want to leave here at school is having a community of students where they don't feel alone. And I want to make sure everyone feels welcome and be who they want to be and just celebrate differences, and especially with everything going on right now in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Josella.
Thank you, Josella. Now we're gonna move on to Vice President candidate Kaylie. Kaylie, your 1 minute starts right now.
A legacy that I would like to leave here at Independence would be an improvement in school spirit or tradition, so that it can be passed down to future classes or years. This will help everyone to have fun while creating culture for our school.
Thank you, Kaylie.
Thank you, Kaylie. Now we're gonna move on to the treasurer candidate, Angelique. Angelique, your 1 minute starts right now.
The legacy I want to leave behind is that we're the class that we're able to bounce back because of all the changes we've had during our freshman year to sophomore year. And I want the future years to know, because we're going to be in textbooks and stuff because of quarantine, and I want them to know that we're the class that it didn't let the changes change our spirit. Thank you.
Thank you, Angelique.
Thank you, Angelique. Now we're gonna move on to the next question. This question is for everyone. Describe one of your biggest weaknesses and how you plan on overcoming that. You have 1 minute to think, starting right now.
Your minute is up.
Okay, we are gonna start with the treasurer candidate, Angelique. Angelique, your 1 minute starts right now.
One of my big weaknesses is to try new things because I'm scared of the outcome. So in order to get over that weakness is I'm going to try my best to find new fundraisers, because it never hurts to try new ones. And if it fails the first time, you can just not do it again and try another idea.
Thank you, Angelique.
Thank you, Angelique. Now we are going to move to the vice president candidate, Kaylie. Kaylie, your 1 minute starts right now.
My biggest weakness would be taking criticism, because I don't know, I just find it hard to realize or hear from other people that you let them down or something is wrong. And I just have to realize that it happens, and you just have to learn from that, and then it will just help you grow as a person and as a better leader. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaylie.
Thank you, Kaylie. Now we are going to move on to the president candidates. And Linda, you're going first. Linda, your 1 minute starts right now.
I think one of my biggest weaknesses is being too detail oriented and such, and making sure it's completely perfect. I know that might be considered strength, but whenever I'm given a work or task such as editing videos or editing flyers, I do tend to take a lot of time on them when staying up to 4 a.m. to edit them, which is not a bad thing at all. But it would help if I'm not to focus on one task so much, so I can carry on with other projects or tasks that I need to do for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda. Now we are going to move on to Shally. Shally, your 1 minute starts right now.
I'd say my biggest weakness is overthinking the worst possible outcome repetitively. But in my defense, I see it as a power to oversee all the possibility and consequences and outcomes, and being more aware of my doings. Thank you.
Thank you, Shally.
Thank you, Shally. Now we are going to move on to the secretary, Josella. Josella, your 1 minute starts right now.
One of my biggest weaknesses is being out there more, even though I am running for class office. I just plan on overcoming this by realizing we're all in the same place and high school's not forever. So just being confident, and it doesn't hurt to try.
Thank you, Josella.
Thank you, Josella. Now we are moving to the next question. This question is for everyone. You're now part of your class office, and there was a conflict with the other class officers. How do you plan on approach or solving this conflict? Your 1 minute to think starts right now.
Your 1 minute is up.
Okay, we are gonna start off with the secretary, Josella. Your 1 minute starts right now.
I plan on solving the conflict by addressing the problem and working through it before continuing anything else, because the more you push down the conflict, the more it builds up. And class office is basically working together as a team. And by having conflict, you won't get anything done.
Thank you, Josella.
Thank you, Josella. Now we are going to move on to the president candidates, and we are going to start off with Shally. Shally, your 1 minute starts right now.
I plan on solving this conflict by approaching the situation with a proactive mindset, like no talking back to this person, to another officer. I know this may sound cheesy, but communication is definitely key. You should be honest with your peers, because without honesty, you're causing more problems and tensions in the long run. Thank you.
Thank you, Shally.
Thank you, Shally. Now we are going to move on to Linda. Linda, your 1 minute starts right now.
I would be open about the conflict with other class officers and solving it in a privately kind and a respectful manner. I know it's really important for communication, so when problems do arise, I'd communicate about it with them all and be open to all solutions, because at the end of the day, you're part of a team and you're setting an example and being a role model for your peers. So it's important to address any issues and solve them respectfully to get things done or accomplished. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda. Now we are going to move on to the treasurer candidate. Angelique, your 1 minute starts right now.
What I would do is I would confront whoever the problem is with maturely and responsibly. And in order for us to work together as a team, we have to have no conflict. So I'll make sure everything is solved before going back to work on class office.
Thank you, Angelique.
Thank you, Angelique. Now we are going to move on to Vice President Kaylie. Kaylie, your 1 minute starts right now.
I believe if there's a conflict within the class officers, there won't be work done. So instead that you guys should resolve the problem and like handle it professionally, and try to keep it within the class, because in the past, like our class like kind of like figured something out, but try to keep it professional and keep it within the circle and try to resolve it. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaylie.
Thank you, Kaylie. And we are going to move on to our next question and our last question. This is for everyone. How will you manage your time with extracurriculars, school, and your position? Your 1 minute to think starts right now.
Your 1 minute to think is up.
Okay, we're going to start off with the president candidates. And Linda, you're going to go first, and your 1 minute starts right now.
I would try my best to work each one and prioritize what I think is most important at the moment. I'm willing to sacrifice some of my clubs that I'm a part of to make sacrifice for class office and for this position. I also have daily, weekly reminders and calendars and planners that are digitally on my phone, which really helps managing my time. And this year, serving as your co-historian and working with, being a part of like other clubs in leadership roles, I've managed to take a part of class office, my extracurriculars, and my academics and my mental health. So that I've been very good at managing my time this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda. Now we are going to move on to Shally. Shally, your 1 minute will start right now.
So I'll manage my time with extracurricular, school, and my position is by keeping myself punctual and setting priorities. My experience with balancing class office and sports was usually setting the time that works around everyone's schedule. But if it doesn't fit, then I skip my practice. Like for instance, I skipped practice for filming airband and editing airband. For me, I revolve my time around class office instead of class office revolving around my time. So I'm dedicated to put my time and efforts into our class. Thank you.
Thank you, Shally.
Thank you, Shally. And we are going to move on to the Vice President. Kaylie, your 1 minute will start right now.
Since being in class office and in sports can be hard at times, I realize that managing your time is key. I like to make a list of things I have to do, and then I would set my priorities straight, like practices and class office. But like if we were in real life, like in person or school, I would set a class office and I would prioritize class office over my practices since I signed up for it and I think it's important. I believe that you should balance everything out and try to have a certain time to do a certain activity like homework, and you just have to balance everything out. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaylie.
Thank you, Kaylie. Now we are going to move on to the Secretary. Josella, your 1 minute will start right now.
I will manage my time by making class office one of my top priorities and everything else after, because I know that going into class office, there are deadlines that need to be met. And when I do have extracurriculars, I will make sure to have class office like above those.
Thank you, Josella.
Thank you, Josella. And we're finally going to move on to our treasurer candidate, Angelique. Angelique, your 1 minute will start right now.
I will manage my time by prioritizing what is important in that moment, whether it's like, if it's school, like finals and studying, I'll prioritize that. But if it's like rallies and airband, I'll prioritize that. So whatever is most important in the moment, I will prioritize, because I also think that class officers should be on top of school, not only class office things, but also school. So thank you.
Thank you, Angelique.
Thank you, Angelique. And that is the end of these forums, guys. Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye.